Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So as you can see, I'm not out and about today. I'm actually in my office here at home in the UK. I am not traveling right now, but that's going to change. I'm planning a trip in the next 2-3 days. I'm actually just planning it now, like kind of a last minute thing, and then I'll be traveling again and again and again and again, because it's what I do, it's what I love to do, it's why I kind of created the channel. So the uploads are kind of if and when I can do this, when I can do that. I'm going to try and make it a bit more kind of constant, so you get right this trip, oh, and then there's going to be videos like this in between where I'm going to show you basically how I managed to do it, because a lot of people either on the channel and my family and friends just going to go, well, how the hell are you traveling so much? Like, how do you afford to go to the US, to go to Africa, Europe, Asia? How are you doing it? And this is one of the videos. There are a few others, so please do check them out. This is one of the videos where I'm just going to show you little things I do that help me when I am traveling. This isn't necessarily the best one for the traveling itself. I have another video for that. Please do check it out. But this is how you kind of make sure of your money along the way, because it is important to make sure that you can actually afford to do anything when you're out of country as well. Going to a new place is fantastic, but if you go there and have nothing left, it's not going to help you. So this video is just going to have a few ways of how you can save money along the way, but you can still have an amazing experience, a more authentic experience, and have a great time. So let's get into it.
Very simple one is to travel during shoulder season. What that means is effectively the off season, the days that people don't go on and the months that people don't tend to travel. Now, obviously, this isn't for everybody. If you have a family, it's a lot harder with holiday season for the kids and everything like that, but it is a massive advantage when you're trying to get a cheaper deal on some of these flights. I myself recently had a trip to Morocco that if I'd done a week earlier would have been £127. That a week later it was £25 return. There are big amounts of money to be saved. Something else is that when you're traveling, a lot of us only really think, if we're going between countries, we think of flights. What is the cheapest flight I can get? And that's kind of the only way we think. But if you're traveling within one specific continent, for instance, if you're in Europe and traveling through it, a very easy way to do that is either by train or by bus. Now, I'm actually here at the bus station in Tallinn over in Estonia, and I'm waiting for my coach over to Latvia, to Riga, and that comes out at about £4.50 or about $5 or $6. And that's it. If I was to get a flight for the same day today, it'd be around £60 or around $70. I am not diminishing how I'm traveling at all. It's a very comfortable coach. I get internet aboard and I get to chill out for a few hours whilst I'm on the bus. Yes, it will take longer, but you don't have to worry about extra costs for what you're carrying. You don't have to worry about going through the specific securities and everything like that you would do on a flight, and it just makes it a lot easier and a lot cheaper.
Another great way of saving a little money is by joining a meal sharing experience. You can utilize so many platforms that connect travelers with locals who host meals, and it's at their home, which means you don't pay as much, but you do get quality, local, true food for next to nothing. And with that, you get to have chats with locals. You learn more about where you are, more about them. You make new friends, and you have amazing, authentic food. There are so many of these apps and websites that you can find. And if you want true, authentic food where you're going, this has got to be one of the best ways of doing it. And with it, also saving quite a lot of cash.
So when you're traveling on a budget, that doesn't mean you have to travel cheap. It's something that a lot of people get wrong when they're doing it and just think either what's the point because you're not seeing anything, or they cheap out on absolutely everything. So the thing I would always suggest is to figure out exactly where you want to spend your money. It may be that you want to spend a few pounds extra on basically everything, make the flight a little nicer, make your accommodation a little nicer, but not too much. Or is it that you don't really care about the flight, something that I would go along with, I don't care about the flight or how I travel, so go for the cheapest there and then have an amazing hotel room? Or is it that you'd rather fly really nice and you don't think about the hotel room or where you're staying because it's just a bed, you're going to be exploring the cities, the countryside, wherever you're going? It is something to bear in mind and something that people don't think about, but if you're actually traveling on a budget, making sure that you understand that as a budget, so knowing where you want to spend the money, know yourself, and then how you're going to spend it.
Walking tours can also be really helpful because a lot of them are free. Now, obviously, they will earn tips, but if you're low on cash, you can still take them for free. On top of that, people that do them are locals, or at least have lived there for a while. They're going to tell you a lot more about the local area than you're going to find out on a video like this or in a book. So utilising those when you're on a budget, definitely a good idea.